Okay, now it's time for you to have a go. You have to deliver a speech on Seesaw, so that will be your learning outcome. And some success criteria for you. The first one is to maintain eye contact with your screen. I know it's really difficult, you don't have a live object in front of you, but perhaps you could use some dolls, some teddy bears, or perhaps your parents. Also, you can use notes for your speech. You can use the notes you used yesterday. It's all good. And also demonstrate good posture, which shows you've got a positive attitude about what you're discussing. For your verbal skills, speak clearly so all your words can be understood, and deliver your speech at a good pace so that it can be heard by all of the audience. And vary your expression, okay? Don't use the same tone throughout, because we don't want boring speeches, because we're all going to look at them and be able to ask questions. Okay, but first I have a few examples for you. So sit tight and watch up. Morning. Should Alice be beheaded?
Good morning. I don't think Alice should be beheaded because she has committed no crime. She was just curious, and I have a strong belief that every single child should be curious and learn.
I think Alice should definitely be beheaded because she has caused total and utter chaos in Wonderland. First off, she terrified poor little Dormouse and almost drowned him in her sea of tears. Furthermore, she told him about her cat at home, scaring the poor little mite. Secondly, she listened to the caterpillar and took his mushroom to eat. Now, we should never eat mushrooms that we don't know if they're poisonous or not, and also we should never take sweets from a stranger. Upon doing this made her grow so tall that she scared a passing pigeon who thought she was a serpent, again causing further chaos and unknown things happening in Wonderland. Finally, she destroyed the poor rabbit's house with limbs flying everywhere, out of windows, out of doors, her head up at the chimney. They had to throw sweets at her to make her shrink again. I really think that Alice does not deserve to be in Wonderland, and therefore, off with her head. Mother, should Alice be beheaded?
I absolutely believe that Alice should be beheaded. First of all, she trespassed into Wonderland. She was not invited to go into that world. That's illegal. You should not trespass on anyone's property. That's exactly what Alice did. After she trespassed, she continued on into the world where she had not been invited to. This world has its own rules, and those rules should be obeyed. Whenever you go to a different country, you should follow the rules of that country, which Alice did not do. She debated everything, she argued everything, that her world was different and people should be doing it the way her world was. But she was in a different world. She did not respect the rules of Wonderland. She destroyed White Rabbit's house. She gate crashed a party. She's insulted many people along the way, and she's broken the rules of that country. Therefore, they have to go by the rules of their country, and she should be beheaded.
Mr. Reed, should Alice be beheaded?
That's an interesting question. You probably heard, children, that Alice is an innocent little girl. I'm going to tell you something. She's not so innocent, and she's certainly not little, and she's dangerous. First of all, is she innocent? I ask you, how many times have you heard her referring to the murder of animals in the real world? And what's more, she eats them. Think about it, the poor lobster in the real world, the fish, and her pets, ripping apart these poor creatures and eating them. She has committed murder on a massive scale and eats the poor creatures in the real world. Now she's in Wonderland. We have standards. We respect animals and their rights. Surely we have to punish her for that. Aren't we all in danger? They also may say that she's a little girl. Little? You know how tall she is. Half the time her head is in the trees. is that little. She cries a lake of tears. And her feet, even bigger than mine. I ask you, is she little? We don't need to discuss that anymore. The next question, does she present a danger to us, the citizens of Wonderland? Well, I ask you. She already likes a taste for lobsters. Why do you think she's friends with the White Rabbit? Is it merely that they like each other? Or is she ready to invite him for dinner? You know what I mean. Yes, fellow citizens of Wonderland, we're all in danger. This girl is dangerous. Finally, I think I persuaded you the moral rights for having her executed. But now we need to... Is it legal? Well, our sovereign queen, God bless her, the Queen of Hearts, is obviously the highest authority in the land. And if she says, chop her head off, that's the legal authority. I rest my case.
Okay, now you can deliver your speech on Seesaw, and we really look forward to hearing them. Bye!